Hey, what up, you guys? This is Semen Retention, day number 79. We're continuously conquering ourselves, learning more about ourselves, using the energy that we're reserving like a charge, recharging our battery, and finding a new positive wave to continue on in this life. See life in a new lens, a new perspective that is shining light upon all things, upon dark things, upon taboos, and organically bringing it into a light to build a community. You are capable of defeating pornography once and for all. And if you're trying it for the first time, if you're new to semen retention, it's okay to fail. What's not okay is to give up, to not experience. Every time we fall and stumble onto something, that falling place that we land is like a comfort. We fall into the excuse that we're only human and I'm bound to make mistakes. But I believe a man with enough faith and practice can be made perfect in all of his ways, in all of his motives. He can be made into a perfect image only to the one who believes it. That's the only motivation. The fights that we cannot win are the ones that Yahweh, He will fight for us, for His sake, so that we can be redeemed, and that we can share unity, and that we can eat at His table. And that's what this life is about. Whose table are we eating at? How long are we sitting at each other's tables? And what kind of influence do we bring to the table that we eat at? Because not every influence is righteousness. The same power that can tear down a building is the same power that is within a person, an authority to construct it. And so our influence should be righteous, because the gifting that we receive on this earth is powerful. But the heart is what makes the whole difference. And so study your motives. See what you need to turn away from. See what circles you need to leave. And do not fear being alone for a time, because it is in your solitude that you find true confidence. And you're not really alone, but you are simply fasting away from the old lifestyle and habits and people that were keeping you from experiencing your new life, your new destination, your new calling, because there were two destinations prior to you starting this. There was the destination of you falling down, but the new destination, the man, the woman that puts aside their own life away, is the one who finds it. The one who puts away their desires and their motives and their ideologies of who they are the same people who little by little start finding life. And then all the things that we learn in our solitude, all the places that we go, when we come back to our hometown and to our smaller circle where we started, we get to share the things that we learned. And they'll be accepted by few, and many will reject them. And that's the turning point. That's when you see, take Moses, for example. He went up to the mountain to go and receive the law, the written law and the 2 tablets. And when he came back, he saw the worship going on of the idol, of the cow, of the golden cow. And there had to be a separation because we all fall short. There had to be a separation in the moment. He called them all out, and he told them, "Yo, whoever, pick your side now. This is over. Pick your side. Pick who you're gonna worship." There's gonna come a time in our lives where we have to pick and decide what we're gonna worship, because it is the crossroad. It's gonna be the crossroad of decision that's going to ultimately decide where we and who we choose to serve for eternity. I believe that even in this life and on this earth, there's gonna be a point. Right now, we're walking with a lot of grace, man. Too much grace. I don't know. Let's just say we're walking with grace. There's gonna come that point where we have to choose and pick the point that is gonna separate us, either as a chosen or as a despised in the eyes of the Almighty. So for now, we must learn. For now, we must apply. Everybody that comes with the motive of applying semen retention has a different motive. Not every motive is righteous. Not every helping hand is a friend. Only up to the point where helping one another no longer benefits myself, but only in selflessness can I find true love, where I'm willing to lay down my life or sacrifice my own benefits and pleasures for the sake of seeing 1,000 people on the right path. Truth is that powerful, man, because the seed of truth, when it lands on the soil of people's hearts and it grows, it's more impactful than anything I can think of. But the motives of people are not always pure, and we must be wary of that. We must be aware of it. Always testing the fruit of people around us. And yes, we have to share this life with people of all sorts, of all kinds. We have to work with them. We have to go to school with them. We have to eat with them. But ultimately, we don't have to live our life in anxiety, not feeling like we pertain in places at all time. We come to know what we pertain to and what our kingdom is made out of, and where our heritage is from, and what our bloodline represents. We're a scattered seed. We come from different places, from a different purpose, into the ground that we're currently living in. But even that, Yahweh does not provide vanity. He provides purpose for where our soil is, and where our seed, our bloodline, where it lands in this place. But there's going to come a point too where even that we will have to give up, because our new identity is going to be spiritual. And I think maybe it's going to be like a little fusion, a fusion of how my blood in a spiritual sense was supposed to reveal power, as opposed to how my blood currently active provides power, but only in a worldly sense of power. My bloodline, your bloodline, it ought to represent something higher, and that's the art of preservation. Power is not meant to be flashed at right now, but preserved into the time that it can operate in its highest form, in its highest power. In the time of oppression, you continue to be patient, patient, patient. See that your power charges up by not revealing it prematurely. Now I'm preaching. Now I'm sharing with you. Let thoughts process as long as they need to, with or without gain. Let them process into fruition. But let Yahweh be the one to reveal it unto you. Hey, I see my Father. I do as my Father is doing. Spiritual awareness of the Almighty One and how He is moving. I cannot act if my Father is not acting, because by His authority and His power, and His power to allow me to see beyond my eyes, is allowing me to see clearly like daylight with the new vision, prescription of the heavenly realm. How He is acting and how He is moving in every moment, who He is showing me. It is in plain sight in the spirit, but we'll talk more about it in the future. For now, day 79 of semen retention. Refuel yourself, charge your battery, reject yourself to supply your wealth. God bless you in Jesus' name. Peace.